3 days away from my photo shoot and I have updates. So that's what I'm looking like first thing in the morning at 151.8 pounds. I'm just going to quickly pause this video here and explain that I'm not going to show you what I look like in the morning because 2 physique updates in one video is a little bit excessive. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that vid still of my face. Enjoy the rest of the video. So 0.4 pounds heavier than yesterday due to the extra carbohydrates as I'm filling up ready for the shoot, which I'll explain now how I'm doing it. Right, that's how you work the camera. And we're just gonna roll straight with it. So this feels so strange, having someone hold the camera up and film me. I feel like a lot of pressure. But anyway, what I'm gonna do is talk about how I'm gonna peak my physique for my shoot. So I've got 2 meals here. Right, so I'm not eating at home, that's why all my food is in Tupperware. But first meal, we've got 100 grams of strawberries, 50 grams of berries, blueberries. We've got 130 grams of oats. We've got 25 grams of dark chocolate and 30 grams of whey. So that's meal 1. A couple of hours later before I train, so that'll be my pre-workout meal now, which is 115 grams of cookie crisp. We've got a banana and 25 grams of whey, and I've also got a pre-workout which is half a scoop of stim because I feel like I don't really need the caffeine right now with food increasing, and then a pump product just to help with the pump, because these next 2 days are like my trial run for my shoot. So what I look like probably tomorrow, once the carbs have increased, is what I look like on the shoot. So there's a lot of approaches you can do with a peak. Like some people fat load, some people obviously drop the carbs really low for a few days, then obviously increase the carbs the day before, and then your body will then like soak up all them carbs and your body will just fill out. So I feel like for me that's too much of a gamble. I don't want to get to my shoot day and then think I'll get there and I'll just spill over and then ruin 24 weeks of dieting. That's the last thing I want. So what I'm doing is more of like a linear, gradual approach where I'll just increase carbs by 50 grams daily, assess the look daily, and then on the Thursday, the day before the shoot, I'll actually bring my carbs back down to baseline. So it's going to be more of like a control day where I'm just going to hold the look from these extra carbs these 2 days. So in terms of food choices I'm having, I'm just going to go with the foods that I know digest well. The last thing I want to do is just try different foods and then obviously not digest well, come in bloated for the shoot. That's the last thing I want. So the fruit isn't actually going to help with intramuscular fullness. That's going to fill up liver glycogen, and then the other carbohydrate sources will be the filling up the glycogen stores in the muscles. So that's the plan in a nutshell. I probably spoke for about 10 minutes, mate, so sorry if that was boring. Right, another thing to mention as well, a day before the shoot, I'm gonna opt for lower volume foods, and that's just to keep the waist nice and tight. So I'm not gonna have things like oats because that could potentially bloat me because of just the sheer volume of food in my stomach. So a lot for lower volume foods, the carbs will be dropped down a little bit. And then on the shoot day, the meal I have prior to the shoot, so my shoot's at 9 AM, I will have like a macro balanced meal. So not excessive carbs, not excessive protein or anything like that. So I'll probably have 20 grams of fat, 40 protein, 100 carbs. Like I said, I'll opt for food again, which is low in volume, just to keep my waist tight. There's no point in having loads of carbs that are gonna bloat you. Like, yeah, your muscles might be full, but if your waist is too full as well, that's not gonna be a good look. The goal is to have full muscles, keep the waist tight, and that's what's gonna give that more aesthetic look. So that is what meal 1 looks like. So I'm actually using a mixing bowl because I've got so much food volume in there, it won't fit in a normal bowl. Yo, so going to the gym and it's a push session, so a little bit different to normal. It will be a reps in reserve session just so I don't like blast through all the glycogen that I'm filling up with. And basically just to get a pump, and I'm still going to train hard but leave, like I say, 2 to 3 reps in reserve, get a pump, see what I'm looking like afterwards, and yeah, well, let's do that, and I'll chat to you soon. So I only filmed 1 clip of this session and it's only 18 seconds long, and I should have slowed down the tempo a little bit. The reason I'm going a little bit quicker than normal is just to minimise muscle damage. I'm not trying to burn through glycogen, cause loads of muscle damage. It's just to maintain what I've got and just get a lot of blood to the muscle, really. So yeah, anyway, physique update. That was was by far the most boring session of my life. I don't know how people can enjoy training with that many reps in reserve. Although it's only 2 or 3 or whatever, it just felt like, I don't know, like, I'm not saying it doesn't work and it's not useful and stuff. I'm just saying that I just don't enjoy training like that. It was so boring. Okay, just cooking my post-workout meal, which is sweet potatoes, chicken and veg. So whilst those potatoes are boiling, I'm just going to discuss what I'm doing in terms of bringing my physique to life, filling back up. So I spoke about the food. In terms of expenditure, what's happening is cardio is completely out. So no cardio at all, that's just to reduce inflammation in the legs. And also steps are being brought down. So I was doing 12,000 steps a day and some days I exceeded that. So bringing my steps down now in a linear, gradual fashion. So going from 12K down to 10K, and tomorrow I'm going to try going to 8K. And what I'm going to do is just assess the look. Realistically, I'm not going to be in a calorie surplus, so just reducing my steps a little bit isn't going to make me soft. I'm not going to gain body fat by just reducing steps. But if I spill over a little bit from the increased carbs and decreased expenditure, what I'll do is just pull back from my carbs on Thursday a little bit more than planned. So that's what I'm doing, just basically just decreasing expenditure so I can reduce inflammation, reduce stress on the body, increasing carbohydrates just so I can bring a fresher look. Here it is, the post-session meal. So we've got 200 grams of chicken breast with some barbecue seasoning. We've got 460 grams of sweet potato, that's the raw weight. And we've got 180 grams of mixed veg. So we've got some carrots, broccoli, cauliflower, peas. There you go. Just doing the old steps, and whilst I'm doing them I thought I'd address my water intake during this peak. So there's a lot of ways that people manipulate water when they're peaking their physique. I'm not saying it's a blueprint, I'm not saying it's a right way, there's a wrong way, or there definitely is a wrong way if you spill over, but I feel like for me there's a more sensible, safer approach. So that being, keeping it quite consistent. So for me, my water intake is 7 to 8 litres daily. And what I'm doing is for every 50 grams of carbohydrates I consume, I'm adding half a litre of water. So by Wednesday, tomorrow, I'll be on 10 litres, I think. Today I'm on 9.5. So yeah, 10 litres from tomorrow, and then obviously I'll pull it back down when my carbs drop on Thursday. Last meal of the day, we've got 2 bagel thins with 25 grams of blackcurrant jam. And then I've got 150 grams of Greek yogurt, 50 grams of blueberries, and a tangerine. Only other thing to mention as well is no more Diet Cokes from tomorrow afternoon, and that includes the toffee drops in my coffees as well. Basically no artificial sweeteners, and the reason for that is just to aid digestion. So while I still can, I'm going to enjoy a decaf coffee right now with these toffee flavour drops. Anyway, I think I've pretty much covered anything. I've literally raw dogged this video, didn't plan it or anything, just picked my camera up, started filming, so I'm hoping it's a decent video. But right now, just gonna do a little bit of work, which is another update for you soon, so I can't say too much now. So leaving you on a little bit of a cliffhanger, but in reality nobody actually cares. Yeah, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please drop it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So I've noticed there's been quite a lot of subscribers recently. Well, not a lot, but relative to the channel. Close to 500 subscribers-ish. But yeah, thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you soon.